everyone, and welcome to L.A.L. Nutrition. My name is L.A.L., and I'm a holistic nutritionist. So today I wanted to talk about actually this question I received from someone from my Facebook, and they were asking how the reasons why I became vegan. And so I don't really talk about being vegan because I won't say I'm vegan, I'm going to say I'm plant-based. But I thought it was a really interesting question because we all have our reasons why we eat the way we eat. And of course, I'm a holistic nutritionist, so I have lots of reasons for why I eat the way I eat. This is not to say anything if you eat meat or you eat fish or you still have dairy. I believe we're all really unique, and we have to come to terms with what we want to eat. We can be educated and we can have tons of information, but we are our own experiment. And for me, the way I eat, I've been eating plant-based for many years. So I first started off as a vegetarian, and I was probably vegetarian for about 13 years, and then I stopped and I ate meat for about 2 years, and then I've been vegan maybe about 6 years now. So it's sort of, you know, when you decide to become something, maybe as an adult you make a more informed choice. When I was vegetarian, I was, you know, not even a teenager yet, and so I didn't have all the information, but I knew I just didn't really like eating meat or fish, and I thought it was kind of cool to be vegetarian. Anyways, that being said, so I really think it's important for you as an individual, if you don't know your body as well as you'd like to, it's really great to see a holistic nutritionist, or maybe to a degree a naturopath, or someone that could help you figure out what works for your body, because we are all different. And while there are obviously nutritional reasons to being plant-based, there are also other reasons, you know, in terms of animal rights or compassion, and each individual person is going to be different about why they choose to eat the way they want to eat. But if you do follow me on social media or on my blog, my website, llnutrition.com, you'll see all of my recipes are vegan and everything is plant-based. And even if you do eat meat, you can still incorporate these foods, because plants and fruits, vegetables, plants, just, you know, herbs, the whole gamut of it, are the most nutrient-dense foods. If we do compare them to meat and fish, while we are getting some nutrition from meat and fish and sort of animal products, it's not the same nutritional density. And that, you know, nutritional density really means the amount of nutrition you're getting per unit of energy, or per calorie, or per, you can even look at it per gram of food. You're getting a lot more in plants and in a plant-based way of eating. And so for most people, it is probably best to eat about 80% that way and to really limit animal products. But going back to the reasons why I chose to be more plant-based, or to be plant-based, obviously you can see I did go back to eating meat, and I will say during my pregnancy I had a few occasions where I had cheese, and I tried eggs once, but my body has changed so much that it's just did not sit well with me, and it sort of like rejected it. So I choose to be plant-based because, like I was saying, plants have the most nutrient density in them. I also feel a lot better not having animal products, and to be honest, it's very hard for me to sort of, you know, to eat, if I were to eat animals, to sort of think about where it's coming from. It just doesn't jive with me, and that can go into compassion reasons or animal rights reasons, but I'm not going to go into this as sort of a political stance. I'm just saying how I feel, and you really have to do what is calling to you, and so no one can really answer that question for you. I also find that as I've eaten more, you know, plants, fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, I tend to eat more raw foods also, that I feel more vibrant. And there's a whole philosophy with raw foods. I even went to Ann Wigmore Institute and, you know, sort of did an intensive course with the living foods, and I did an internship there. And it is really, the life of your food really does give to the life of you, because if we're looking at living foods, they have enzymes, which can then help replenish the enzymes in our body. And if you're not aware of it, enzymes are really sort of a catalyst in your body. They just make chemical reactions, biological reactions run smoothly and a lot faster. There are catalysts in chemistry that make reactions go faster. So, you know, a reaction that might take, if you just were to let it organically happen in the body, maybe days or a very long time, would take a matter of seconds. And basically, we're using enzymes to just speed up the process of a lot of things that otherwise we may not be alive if we didn't do that. So those are a few reasons why I'm plant-based. I obviously look at foods from a nutritional standpoint. I know there's a lot more in-depth theory about even our digestive tract, and just looking at the length of it versus, you know, there are animals that are exclusively vegetarian versus carnivores. And so looking at, you know, our actual physical body and seeing where we fall into sort of that range. And there are other, you know, I mean, just experimenting on your body and seeing how you feel. I've been eating this way for many, many years, and, you know, I feel actually better now than I did, you know, in my early 20s. And I think that has a lot to do with the way I'm eating and living. I obviously know a little bit more about health now. But there are so many reasons, and I think by studying holistic nutrition, I actually was in a class full of paleo eaters, and the way I was eating just worked for me. And, you know, I know there is a question when you're plant-based about protein, and, you know, I think the big question really is about protein. But the thing is, every single food, plant-based or not, contains amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein. And in our body, when we do eat a protein, which is amino acids strung together into a long chain, our body needs to cut it up and take the individual amino acids and recreate the actual proteins we need in our body. In order for protein to be 100% bioavailable to us or not to be cut down, we would need to eat another human being because they would have this right amino acid chains, sort of the right protein structure for us. So there are all these little things we have to consider, and I think the greatest determiner of that is really how you feel. And I mean, eating really well is important, but there are other aspects too, as to your mental health and your environment, and that's where holistic nutrition comes in and sort of looks at those other areas. But for me, those are some of the reasons why I'm plant-based. If you have more specific questions, you know, maybe pertaining to you, please do let me know. Besides being plant-based and eating the way I eat, my food is, and I think this applies to everyone, whether you eat meat or not, the food I eat is unprocessed, it's whole foods, it's organic, it's real foods, it's mostly plants, all plants for me, but for most clients that I have, I would recommend eating mostly plants, and that's, you know, that's a big, by me telling people who do eat meat that to eat more plant-based foods, I know that's where the bulk of the nutrition is coming from, and the health fortifying nutrients. So I hope this answers that question. It's probably super long, but please do leave me a comment if you have any questions. Please be sure to like this video, please be sure to share, and please be sure to subscribe because I send out videos pretty much weekly. So thank you for stopping by, and I look forward to sharing more information with you.